Hello and welcome back to All Things Auto. In this video we're going to be reviewing a very special car to me. This is our family 2007 Fiat Panda 100 HP, also known as Paolo. So in this video we're going to be walking you around, just doing everything really, telling you all about the car, what it's been like, and just, yeah, why you should buy one, which you should, by the way. It's not just me in this video, so don't tune out. Matthew is here, he is finally out of quarantine. He's actually in the boot as I speak. I've dragged him from his home, his posh home. Hello, Matthew.
Hello.
Yeah, we'll come to him later. So, yeah, in this video, me and Matthew eventually are going to be showing you around this wonderful little motor car. So, I've dragged Matthew out of the boot to be cameraman while I talk you around the design of this car. Obviously, it's 13-year-old, and yeah, I do still think it looks really good today. A lot of cars age quite badly, like the Ford KA or just the cars like that, really, cars that were around. But the standard Fiat Panda and the 100 HP, the 4x4, whatever, they still manage to look really good today. This is the 169 model, and in my opinion, it's the best of the generations. Matthew, what do you think?
Well, I have just admitted this to Daniel. How long have you had this? 6 months?
Yeah, 6 months now already.
I have literally just admitted this to him. I really like the look of this Panda. I think it's cute. I think it's retro. For me, as it's quite a retro hot hatch, you know what I'd like?
What?
Hood scoop.
A hood scoop?
A hood scoop.
I do think it'd look quite nice, because obviously you've got the aerodynamic things here that probably do nothing at all.
Aerodynamic things.
Aerodynamic things, that's what
Yes.
I call them.
And moving on to the side, you have a 100 HP stripes with the Italian flag.
Yes.
Daniel likes to say.
I do.
He likes to say it's still 100 horsepower, don't you? And
Yeah,
it is.
but it's actually
How much horsepower does it have?
98.96 horsepower, I know. The wheels, normally on standard Pandas, forgive these ones because they are quite dirty, the standard Pandas, they've got a lighter shade of wheel, but these have been powder coated in a darker grey, so in my opinion it looks better, doesn't it? What do you think?
It does look pretty good, but there's lots of competition between us. We hate to admit it.
Oh yeah, we hate it, yes.
I can't say this is better than mine, but it is.
Better than your what?
Audi. Well, in some ways, I think it looks
it's got
looks
more
better.
character than your
Oh,
Audi.
obviously, yeah.
Your Audi's more capable.
Then, would you like to say your favourite thing in the entire world, Daniel?
Yes, I'll have to explain it first.
Do
months and months ago, 4K won't be doing me a
it.
massive favour. Months and months ago, we did a video on this car and it just wasn't good enough really for my standards, so we binned it off completely. But what I did say was, it's not a standard exhaust, because it's not a standard exhaust. Matthew, would you like to just stand by the exhaust and I'm going to start it up? Because it's one of them exhausts, it's not too much, but it's not too less, because I think the standard exhaust on a Panda 100 HP just isn't enough. And the reason we bought this car is because I borrowed one off a very nice man called Asa. It was a black Panda for an article I did on Drive Tribe. The link will be in the description, I'm sure. Depends if I remember. Remember, Daniel. But yeah, we just fell in love, so we bought this, and this is just excellent.
And I also would like to explain, yes, that is a fake rear diffuser and fake vents, but I'll move on to them later.
Are you ready?
Right, hang on. Jack Joy is quivering.
Yes, have you got some sort of lung disease now?
I think your neighbours. I just
they
want to
hate
explain. You were just hearing a Fiat Panda.
Yes, I know. Then again, I'll take the camera. I don't feel bad for revving this because the guy across the road has got a Suzuki racing motorcycle and he revs it like crazy.
Yeah.
What we'll do, don't do anything because it will just literally die, Italian car, is show the engine. Specifically, the engine is a 1.4 litre Fire, as it's known, funnily enough. Yeah, funny game, Matthew trying to find the bonnet release. 16 valve petrol engine producing, they say 100 horsepower. That's just what the Italians refer to it as. Now, can Matthew do it?
Aha!
I wonder.
Yes.
He's found it. He actually has to look through it. It's quite depressing.
Yes.
You should do the check where you run your fingers along. Will he do it?
I've done a thing.
He's done it. Here's the engine. I've done one thing, not very mechanical, I know, but I've painted the 100 HP red and the 16 valve in a gloss black. I'm quite happy with how it looks.
I am actually.
Sounds excellent as well. Would you like to give it a few revs? Hear what the engine sounds like.
My Fiat Panda.
Yes, yeah, he likes the steering. Alright, I think that's enough. Right, gonna switch it off. So that's the sound of the Panda 100 HP. It sounds amazing. Personally, I do think this car looks fantastic, but I'd like to hear what you think behind the camera, what you think of this car, what it looks like, what it sounds like, and later on, what the interior is like.
Comment down below.
Yes.
Shall we move on to the Matt Watson segment?
We can do, yes.
Let's move on to the... First of all, I need a pan and a stick.
He needs to find a stick somewhere.
I haven't got a stick.
Well, there probably isn't one in the grass.
I'm very sorry, Kirsty.
Yes, that's my mum.
Right, yes.
Ripped one of the weeds. Running around. Oh yes, close my front door, that would help.
Because of your dog.
Yeah, my dog will
Now,
scamper.
But this brings us on to the front of the Fiat Panda 100 horsepower. So you've got fake vents here. These are actually real. These are real, but fake. And you've got a black.
Oh, hello. Oh, that was nice.
That's an Audi A3. That's.
Yeah, I know, that's not
Can I
very nice,
say,
but...
anyone who has an Audi A3 and the doors just swung open.
Oh, great.
You always see them, and this is not my word, but my dad's.
Yeah.
Anyone who has an A3 or an S3 or an RS3, all of them are just yobbos.
Yeah, it's always the case.
I mean, you can see that wasn't even an S3.
Anyway, back to the weed of truth.
Anyway, yes, that's fake there. And you got black Fiat badges. You can if you have blue or red or.
Yeah, but these were done black by the previous owner, and I think it looks alright.
I do like these headlights. I will admit. And then you've got look at these. The Fiat Panda 100 horsepower wide body.
Oh yes, I like
One of
that.
this. I do like these. I have to admit.
Yes. You can see it here. If you're here, you can just see the wheel arch slightly popping out, and it looks...
You have these Italian
magnificent.
Stripes, and you know it's 100 HP there, even though it doesn't have 100 horsepower.
Well, it does, because the Italians use a different sort of...
Well, they're Italian.
Scheme.
They just lie. Got a fake rear spoiler.
Well, it's not fake, it's real, but it just doesn't do anything, really.
Okay, you got a rear spoiler which doesn't do anything then. Another Panda. Oh, Panda check.
Oh, yes.
Panda there.
One,
Panda
two,
there.
3,
Four.
4, 5. Bounce to the passenger side. 6 and 7. And do you know what the funny thing is?
What's the funny thing, Daniel?
Yeah.
If that comes across camera, we're very
Weird.
sorry.
I know. Anyway, I think we ought to flip the camera around and have a sit inside the
Fake
car.
carbon fibre, I just like to say.
Oh, I know, yes.
Fake then. Fake rear.
Stop dissing the fakeness.
But I will admit the real exhaust.
Oh, it's
No
fantastic,
fake.
isn't it?
This is not an Audi.
No.
It is not.
Back a shot there is our family Renault Scenic, which is very sad because it doesn't get used very often now we've got this. Because we used to have our Toyota Yaris, which is now sadly at its new home. But this is just getting used so much. It's great.
It's hot out.
It's very hot. Anyway, let's cut to the interior.
Interior.
Here we are, sat
Yes.
inside the wonderful Panda, Paolo. And to be honest, now we've reviewed the Abarth, haven't we? The link will be in the
Abarth
description
500,
again.
yes.
The Abarth 500. And it's a good car to compare this to, because obviously it's got the turbo. It's the same engine, but it has got the turbo, which makes a big difference. And the people say this does handle better because it's lighter, but we'll save that argument.
There are lots of many things which are different here. For example, the
Yes.
gearbox. Well, it's a 6-speed manual, and the Abarth is a 5-speed. Yeah, it's a 5-speed.
5 speed.
You got the dash out of a Fiat Multipla.
No, not really. Hold on, let me show the viewers. It's not a multipler. Viewers, is this dash from a Fiat Multipla? Let me just step out.
If it isn't from a Fiat Multipla, it doesn't look very good. I'm sorry.
It's usable. To know, somebody in the comments section of my own video on this said I was delusional for liking the interior.
That was me.
Was it you?
No, it wasn't. No.
But to be honest, the interior is just usable. Climate control's easy to sort of navigate. Buttons there.
What year is
the
this
radio's good. 2007.
Being a 2007 Fiat, you know, you got some scratchy plastics here if you look down.
Oh, I know.
Got some.
But-
steering wheel's relatively nice. I'll give
Do you know what all of that means?
What does it mean, mate?
This car, new, costed just under £10,000. Is that a bargain or not, really?
Go on then, yeah. I'd rather get an Abarth.
Yeah, but that's a lot more money.
But we bought our Abarth for £9,000 and it had only done 4,000 miles.
Yeah. Well, that's yeah, low mileage. This has done 93,000. And we did actually about 800 miles the other week because me and my family decided to take this car from Cheshire to Cornwall and back to Cheshire after driving around Cornwall. And it was amazing in Cornwall and it was quite good along the motorway. It did really well actually because it's got power.
Yeah, I've just noticed this. You have
aux cable. Oh, this is tyre slime.
Extreme puncture. Oh, tyres. Oh, you're not the best fan of tyre slime, are you?
It explodes my bicycles. But that's basically if you get a flat tyre, you just inject it in temporarily. But yeah, it works a treat really. It's just tyre slime, not sponsored. What is it? Holt's emergency puncture repair.
Unbranded thing. Now we can use that and my water bottle to demonstrate. Yes. Oh, we can't. There's hand sanitizer. But it's very nice, apart from
pen and a leaf.
some leaves. But you have some money in there, and fake carbon fibre. And then you have my water bottle, which actually.
But the cup holders are actually really good.
You can.
We put 2 Costa coffees in there. But in a lot of cars, you notice, Costa Coffee and Starbucks takeaway cups, they've got the big ridges around the top. And it's always very difficult to try and fit 2 of them into a double cup holdered car.
Yeah.
But in this car it worked. You can have them side by side with ease. It's not like knocking them both over.
Right.
So, to be honest, it did really well. Happy with it. So, to demonstrate the back of this little Fiat,
yes, this
Matthew is in the back.
Probably this is what I would sit in for me to be comfortable.
Passenger seat.
I think your dad. I have no rear leg room. Although, moving into your driving, or your mum's driving position, we should say.
Yeah, on the other side.
Is there's quite a bit,
But
I'm surprised you went Cornwall in it. But you also
my dad
very good for your dad. How tall is your dad?
6'5", and he was fine.
Miles of headroom. You've got
this is where this car shines from the Abarth, because when I was in the back of the Abarth and we filmed, my head was wedged against the roof.
Oh yeah. And when we had our Abarth, it was brilliant, but I want one now because it's just such a nice thing to own and to have, but everyday use, I mean.
Yeah. This car is easy to use in daily use, so that's the thing.
Is this?
You don't have to drive it fast.
We do have another cup holder with another Fiat Panda, but you don't have fake carbon fibre.
Not in that one.
Wow.
I know.
We also do have some pockets here, which are, which you can store things.
Many things. Haynes manuals for when they go wrong.
And maps.
And maps, yes, because there's no sat-nav in this car. Nope.
From the POV, or whatever.
Point of view.
You have lots of... Oh, that's what it means.
Point
I thought
of
it was
view,
person of view. Person.
Oh, same thing, really, isn't it?
I don't really know. But, and the windows...
They're windy in the back. Which I like.
They do go... Oh, they don't go all the way down. I thought they did.
No, because of the wheels. There's such a short wheelbase.
Because that's the arches right there. But it doesn't really leak into rear leg room, but you won't really notice that at all. Windows do not go all the way down, which might be a problem for children, but...
Well, suicidal children.
Yes.
That like to stick their head out the window and get it caught on a train or something.
You also have these, which look like speakers, but they're not.
No, they're not.
I've just noticed them.
Anyway, I think we should cut here. And this
because we're saying too many bad things about your Fiat Panda.
No, this is a practical aspect. I'm going to get my dog, Daisy. She's a miniature Labradoodle.
That's why we had to close the door, otherwise she'd run out.
Yes. She can be all things auto dog. And we're going to put her in this car in various places you would probably keep a dog. Just so you know if a dog can fit in the back of a Panda or not. So, here she is. This is our recently recruited dog
Daisy
for
dog.
testing.
Daisy the dog.
So, Mr. Larouse, could you pick the dog up?
You want me to pick Daisy up?
Yes.
Right.
She could... Oh, she's going to kill. She's going to kill. She's not happy.
She's a rabid dog.
She doesn't like Fiat Pandas, that's what it is. Daisy, I know you don't like going in the boot of cars, but do you need to for our YouTube channel?
Animal abuse.
Right, you hold.
Daisy, come on, go in the car. Will a dog fit in the boot of a Fiat Panda? Yes, it will.
That is her test done. Parcel shelf down. She
has shade.
Very happy dog. She's very happy, as you can see.
Apart from when I go near her.
Where she tends to go though is on the back seat. So should we put her on the back seat? Come on. Come on, Daisy. Let's lift you out. High pitched voice because otherwise she will be unhappy.
Otherwise she can't hear you. I'm gonna go round.
Go in the back of the car.
Right. Blacked out windows look actually quite nice on here.
Now, when we went to Cornwall, it was me and my mum in the front, Thomas, my brother, and my dad in the back of this car with the dog, with fishing rods in the back and stuff, and it was all right. But yeah, she is quite happy. As you can see.
Ah, your dog's broken.
Look at the camera. She's camera shy, I think that's what it is. She's happy in here.
She's a happy dog.
End of test.
End.
Some more technical things about the 100 HP. It has a sport button. Let me zoom in. Ah, sport button. It's very fun.
Press it, and does it give the car? Does it actually give the car 100 horsepower? No.
No, we have it as standard. What it does specifically is it reduces steering assistance, which gives you a bit more of a sporty feel, and just increases the throttle response. So there's a bit more on it. But the thing is, I feel like a sport button in any car, it's one of them things where you're like, oh, it's a sport button. But then when you actually own a car with a sport button, you don't really use it.
No, we did. We used it when we had an Abarth. We took our Abarth out of sport mode, and it was horrible.
Really?
If you have an Abarth 500 and you don't have it in sport mode, why?
You see, it's probably the opposite way around.
Play, and it was just put your foot down, nothing happens.
The problem is with sport mode in this is you put sport mode on, illuminated here, and at slow speeds and stuff like that, it's really jumpy. It sends you from bars like, take it out of sport and it's completely fine. Fine. That's it. So yeah, that's sport button talked about. MPG, it tends to range in Pandas. If you're absolutely ragging it to death, you'll get about 35, 36 MPG. Motorway, you'll get close to 50, but around town, which is what we mainly do, we are getting 39.5 MPG.
Bearing in mind this is a 1.4 naturally aspirated 4-pot.
Yeah, which to be honest, it's okay.
50 MPG is a bit suspect.
What do you mean? We've had it.
Really?
We've had it. We reset the speed. We reset the trip.
Fiat,
went along the motorway. We had roof bars on the roof, on bikes. Reset it. Went along the motorway economically. 49 MPG. It's quite impressive. It's one of them cars. It's nice and fun, but you can use it just normally on normal occasions. So that's why it's so good. Is there any other technical aspects we have missed? How it drives? It drives very nicely. Let me flip it. We are probably going to go for a drive in another video. We're not going to have time to do it today because my parents are fitting a new oven. But
wow.
I can tell you this car, it doesn't have the power of the Abarth, but in my opinion it handles better just because it's lighter and a bit stiffer.
Not lighter.
It is lighter. It only weighs just 900 kilos or something like that. So
Abarth weighs... Right,
the standard 500 weighs about 1,000.
That's the standard 500.
I know, but then you've got the bigger engine and stuff like that. So it is heavier. Technical specs.
Oh, I can look at yourself and beauty
in the mirror.
Mirrors.
I know. But it does actually drive really nicely. I've driven this around Alton Park. Not around the track, around the grass in the middle.
I have to say, I really like this route.
I know. But it's just nice. It's quite simple to drive. It can be quite relaxed. And then when you do want to go fun, press sport and you're fine. So yeah, I think we should step out the car and do a professional outro. And we also have something very exciting that we're very, very proud of and very, very happy about.
So, the Fiat Panda 100 horsepower. I'm not going to ask Daniel for his verdict because I already know it's going to be 11 out of 10. My verdict, think strong 8.5.
8.5? I'm going to give it a 10.
Well,
I did an article.
It's your own car.
I know. I did an article saying why it was the greatest car
Many
of all time.
articles.
Yeah, people do agree, people disagree. People are like, what the hell? Then they actually go in one and they're like, yeah, I really like it. I've had tweets actually. People saying they've been
When
in
you
one.
search
Really
up Fiat Panda 100 horsepower, you've got this.
You've got a picture of me with the one we borrowed. But yeah, what's your actual proper final verdict on this car? What's the thing
if
you like?
you live in a city, I think I'd go for an Abarth. Because
Fair enough.
one, you have a turbo, so it's quicker and it's more economical. I think the Abarth is cuter. No, I think it's cuter.
Okay.
If I was living on a country lane, I'd probably have the Abarth. Motorway journeys, I think I'd have this.
Yeah.
Because you've got 6th gear, you don't have a turbo, but you just fit that.
Yeah, people have done engine swaps. But yeah, all in all, the car is
Oh, and I
actually
also
really
like to
good.
say
I like
something.
it.
If you know about Abarths, you'll know that some of the new ones have quad exhaust, like the small quad exhausts.
Yes.
This Panda had quad exhausts.
Yes, this is an
And
upgrade.
I quite like that because he replaced it with just one exhaust, which I think
Previous
is
owner.
a bit more formal.
Bit more formal and a bit understated. But to be honest, I prefer it. I think 4 exhausts on a Panda is a bit excessive. But anyway, we need to talk about the point of this video. Now obviously we needed to do a review on this car. because it's good and people like it.
And it's your favourite car.
But also, you may notice that this car has 100 horsepower. This car has 100 horsepower,
Yes.
and we have 100 subscribers.
So everyone's excited.
I know, from me and Matthew, we would just like to say a massive thank you for all your support.
We never even we thought we'd just get 10.
It was a bit of a laugh when we started it back in January. We didn't expect to get this
No,
amount of recognition.
no, wasn't it September?
No, it was January. We discussed it in September last year, but it's January it started.
God, it's been a
So we'd like to say
long
thank
year.
you. Thank you for all the support. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. It only takes a second. And check out the other videos we've got, because we've got quite a back catalogue now.
Yes, if you like car reviews and if you like bicycle reviews, if you like cars and bicycles, motoring, subscribe.
Do, yes.
And if you like Mazda RX-7s and you own a Mazda RX-7, please. Please.
Yes. So we brushed that to the side. This has been a review of the 2007 Fiat Panda 100 HP. Hope you enjoyed it. This car will be returning to the channel in the future, along with this VW camper van and other stuff. So yes, thank you for watching.
Thank you. And
Off stage.
off stage.
Yes.